I've always been drawn to the abandoned and the unknown. But nothing could have prepared me for what I found in the depths of Oakwood Psychiatric Hospital. As I stepped inside, the creaking of the old wooden floorboards beneath my feet seemed to echo with the whispers of former patients, their stories and secrets waiting to be uncovered. As I made my way through the musty corridors, the air thick with the scent of decay and rot, I couldn't help but feel a sense of trepidation. The walls, once a pale yellow, now wore a dingy coat of grime and neglect, and the flickering fluorescent lights above cast eerie shadows on the floor. I had been exploring abandoned places for years, but there was something about Oakwood that felt different, a sense of heaviness that seemed to weigh upon my shoulders. I began to wander, my footsteps echoing off the walls as I searched for any sign of what had driven the hospital to closure. The rooms were empty, the beds stripped bare, and the medical equipment rusted and still. But it was the doors, each one slightly ajar, that caught my attention. It was as if someone had recently passed through them, or was waiting for me to do so. I pushed open the first door, and a faint scent of disinfectant wafted out, carrying with it the whispers of 1,000 midnight conversations. The room was small, with a single bed in the center, and a small desk in the corner, covered in dusty files and papers. I began to sift through them, my eyes scanning the pages for any mention of the hospital's troubled past, and then I saw it, a name, repeated over and over, in the margins of the pages. Eleanor. It seemed to be the focus of the doctor's obsession. A patient who had been at the hospital for years. And yet, there was no record of her ever being discharged. I felt a shiver run down my spine as I realized that I was not alone in the hospital. The doctor, Dr. Lee, had been conducting some kind of experiment, using his patients as test subjects, and Eleanor was at the center of it all. I continued to explore, my heart racing with anticipation, as I uncovered more and more evidence of the doctor's twisted work. The hospital's basement was a labyrinth of narrow corridors and cramped rooms, the air thick with the scent of mold and decay. And it was there, in the depths of the basement, that I found the room. The door was hidden behind a tattered curtain, and the sign on the door read, Eleanor, in bold letters. I pushed open the door, and a wave of darkness washed over me. The room was small, with a single bed in the center, and a small table in the corner, covered in strange equipment. And then, I saw it, a series of photographs, plastered on the wall, each one showing a different patient, their eyes black as coal, their skin gray and decaying. But it was the final photograph that made my blood run cold. It was a picture of me, standing in the entrance hall of the hospital. The words "Welcome to Oakwood" scrawled across the top. I stumbled backward, my mind reeling with the implications. I was not just a curious explorer. I was a part of the doctor's twisted game. And then, I heard the whisper, soft and raspy. You should not have come here. I turned to run, but it was too late. The darkness closed in around me, and I was consumed by the shadows of Oakwood.